good, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? Here we go. AK, yeah? All right, then let's roll with that flavor, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening, guys? What is good? Welcome to the FOMC release, the statement, the press conference, the federal funds rate. Man, we had a little bit of information come out earlier on today in relation to the jobs. Boy, Fed has got a bit of a pickle to deal with. Now, let's just consider something here. Twitter's starting to roll out some information, according to some sources. 100 basis points could be on the cards. Nah, can't accept that. No way. No way will I accept the Fed would go for a 100 base point increase. No chance. Like, the problem that we would have with that, ladies and gentlemen, that would rock the market. That would be chow chow to all of the NASDAQ tech stocks or high value based tech stocks or value seeking stocks would be dustbin, finished. All right. The prospect of 100 base points, my gosh, that would be an aggressive hype. See, this is what I don't get about the news, ladies and gentlemen. They put out only a couple of days ago, 75 base points could be on the cards for the Fed. And then you see articles that say big rate hike by the Fed, 75 base points. All right, cool. We've already kind of absorbed that. We saw the NASDAQ earlier on take a nosedive. Bitcoin liked to take a little bit of a move lower, and then it moved back up again. Bitcoin's throwing price up and down. I can see all the orders coming in onto the book map, ladies and gentlemen. Dollar dominance still flirting with that 111 mark. The FOMC will be starting very shortly. We've got 8-9 minutes until that happens. And what we're going to do is we're going to navigate the marketplace and get ourselves prepared. Now I'm going to say it to you. If you are in trades already and your entry point is close to price, you might need to get hold of something and just hope for the best. Because at this moment, it's not whether 75 base points is going to be agreed. It's what they do at this point. Once the 75 base points gets confirmed, it will go up, it will go down, it will go back up, it will go back down. The press conference where good old Jerome Powell is going to have a little conversation. He's like the knight in shining armor, getting inflation down. He's been a little bit mediocre with his intent with inflation and the fact that just because Canada's looking at decreasing the interest rates and maybe not doing so much, what's going on with this guy? Get out of my face. That can't be done. Sorry, just had a little bit of an update on my camera. I hope this new format's doing well for you, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking into the Vectrix. Anyway, let's have a conversation in the charts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's roll with the flavor. Here we go. Right. Book map. We have got approximately 7 minutes until the chaos unfolds. Let's just look at Bitcoin right now. Oh, what's Bitcoin doing? Nothing. Still in the same old boring zone, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's roll over to Dixie. Have a look at what's going on over there. Still holding this region. Now, like I said to you, has the dominance of the dollar in principle been set up for us to see it move back up? Or is this going to be the final point? They've already put it out there that a downshift could be on the cards. And they can't say that it's going to happen or whether, they're always going to give you the carrot and dangle it in your face. If they said, yes, it's going to be a downward spiral, it's going to cause chaos across the board, naturally, you would run shorts on any position against the value of the dollar. Happy days. Short on euros, short on GBP USD, short on everything against the dollar. Short on Bitcoin, short on gold. But why is it that the information always gives us the idea that it could or it may not? It's all about how the market reacts. So this is what you've got to wait for. Once the press conference is finalized, there are two things that will happen in news. And I explained this earlier on today. You've got Bitcoin doing this behavior like so. All right? Happy days. News comes out. Spike up, spike down. Cool. Then, once the news has settled, then you'll start to see the narrative coming into play. Okay? It's so important that you wait until they come out with the information. Because if you're going to be that maverick trader that wants to set positions, for example, one stop there and another limit order there and hope it hits both or hits one of them and continues, cool. It may hit your order, ladies and gentlemen. Happy days. You're winning. Then it brings it back down, but you think because it made the move higher, it means that the news is positive. Well, what you've got to be waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, is the stop runs. Now, tonight's information that comes out in the next 5 minutes, once we get the party started with that, there will be stop hunt galore. You're seeing it happen already in Bitcoin. Right, we're going to keep an eye on Bitcoin on the 5-minute time frame to understand where we could see Bitcoin going. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a plethora of vectors all the way down here. Could there be the possibility that the 20K zone gets broken? And if they invalidate the 20K region, they'll be eating into the liquidity right here, ladies and gentlemen. And you've got to be so careful because as much as we might assume it's going to go lower, it's what it does during the news. That's important. Once the news comes out, it doesn't matter. You're free to do your own thing because then you'll have until Asia tonight that's going to react to the news. The volatility is going to happen very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. We got to sit tight because this is one of the most anticipated moments in the marketplace in these current times. So let's get our charts set up, ladies and gentlemen. Who's with me tonight? Mad love and respect. What is good? Who's with me? What time is it? We got 5 more minutes. I hope you're all happy and what have you. Zeta Punk, OnlyFans is where the money is at, Tino. Do you know what, bro? You guys mention it too many times about OnlyFans. I ain't going to do it, but man, like, if that's a marketplace that we can tap into, happy days. If there's no market maker there, I'm in. I'm there. I'm done. I'm joking. Nah, I don't know. Maybe in a different light. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to run a poll. This is going to be a poll. We need to run a poll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a little bit of fun. We have got 3 more minutes until it happens. OF, you know where it stands for. Yes or no. Let's just get engaged with it. I like to have a little bit of fun. OnlyFans, ask your community. Let's see what you guys are saying. Given that earlier on today, I did ask you all, what price do you think Bitcoin would end up? Do you think it will end up at the 8K zone? Yes or no? And 50% of you agreed yes, and 50% of you said no. That pretty much summarizes where everybody's heads are at, okay? In other words, if the market doesn't know if it's going to go lower or if it's going to go higher, we need to give them a reason to believe so. And tonight is one of the reasons that it could happen, okay? If the Fed tonight mention anything about a pivot or maybe not being so aggressive in December's policy meeting, we might have ourselves a little bit of fun. Let's see. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this party started. It looks like it's about to begin. Look at this. This is the book map. We're starting to see the liquidity. Bitcoin on the left right there. You can see the price point. What we're looking for is we're looking for liquidity to come into the charts. Let me zoom out a little bit just to understand where we are. You see how we've been trailing at the VWAP today, ladies and gentlemen. Big orders coming in here. We've had 615 Bitcoin absorbed. We've got some orders down here at 740. We've got a big order down here at 20,100. Let's just roll over to the book. The actual Binance need to go closer. Let's go into the 1 month time frame to see where they can actually come back into. All right, we're not seeing much happening here. We have got a lot of liquidity right here. 21,100, $25,629,606,000 worth of short liquidations at 21,100. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Here we go. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Not even that. Where's the time? Here we go. 1 more minute, guys. Let me just bring this closer for you so you can see. This is a 15-minute time frame. And we're going to bring this up so you guys can see on your mobiles. Let me know if that's all good. Whilst we're waiting for the market to react, FOMC statement comes out first alongside the federal funds rate. Watch the madness unfold very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Remember, the Fed press conference will come out 30 minutes after, okay? So here we go. Look at Bitcoin. Look, it's very treacherous. Wait for the reaction. It's not done yet. This is the first part of the reaction. So the market's going to react to the statement. Then they react to the federal funds. This is all going to happen in literally 30 seconds time. Here we go. 10 seconds time, sorry. Here we go. Bitcoin getting volatile. Keep an eye on the orders. Holding that VWAP. Here we go. Bitcoin going up. That means Dixie's coming down. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6 p.m. Here we go. Big dump right there. Big move. Big move. Big gap in the chart, ladies and gentlemen. They just swiped the liquidity right there. Bitcoin on its way, tapping yesterday's low, breaking down, complete rip. Yippee-ki-yay to the downside, ladies and gentlemen. On its way down. That is a sad story. Wait for it. Wait for it. People that are running shorts right now, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is why I say to you, wait. How many of you ran shorts? How many of you ran longs? Look what happens here. Look at that. Even the hybrid system's confused. Look at that. The vector candle went down and stayed green. What on earth has happened there? Can't keep up with the madness. Look at this. Massive imbalance in the chart. How are you going to try and make money in this madness, ladies and gentlemen? You would have already had to been in a short for you to make money on that move right there and close it straight away and get filled straight away. There would have been a mad amounts of slippage that would have happened right now. 75 base points is where we are right now. Cool, happy days. So now the market's going to see where we at with that. Let's just quickly go over to the dominance of the dollar. Are they going to absorb the idea of it? Dominance of the dollar's coming down. All right, listen, dollar dominance hasn't really done much. I'm sorry, dollar dominance hasn't done much, which can only tell me that Bitcoin might be initiating a stop run. Here we go. Remember, the press conference comes out in the next 30 minutes. So you got to be careful. This is not the finalization of the move. This is just purely off the details of the federal funds rate itself. They've increased the interest rates. That means things are going to be more expensive. That means the market is going to react to this accordingly. NASDAQ moving up most likely. Happy days. Yes, sir. S&P, nice. Coming back into vector zones. Be careful, man. I'm telling you guys. Be very careful. Yields going back down. Come on. Can't even keep up with it. There you go. Stop hunt rise on the yields. Come back into this zone. The FOMC press conference itself will finalize this truth. If this is going to be the case for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, all right, the press conference has to go in line with the way they've reacted in the actual federal fund rates themselves. Here we go. Let's just keep an eye on Bitcoin closer on the smaller time frames. Look, I said to you guys, it's going to be a crazy moment. Let's get into smaller time frames to understand the narrative. Look at that. $196,000 worth of short liquidations right here. They've eaten that liquidity to the upside. Psychological low has been a bit of a problem for Bitcoin this week, ladies and gentlemen. Once, twice, haven't even hit the psychological high, and just look at how they're coming back down again. Market might be reacting to it right now, guys. This could be the stop run. And we've got that huge imbalance right there. They'll eat that liquidity at some point, guys. Got to be very cautious. If you are taking trades in this time right now, ladies and gentlemen, don't fall for it, okay? Bitcoin hasn't really gone anywhere. It's just gone up, it's gone down, and they fulfilled that prophecy of what we just said. Not prophecy, but you get what I'm saying. Where you've seen the wide range of price that they've taken. Consider the following. Look, this move itself, a 3% move in a range, okay? Swipe liquidity lower, swipe liquidity to the upside, and how many people have set orders above and below, and look what situation they would have been right now. That's a bit of a sad story, isn't it? Okay, M3 back to M1. That's crazy, isn't it? Show Atos. Let me show Atos to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So this is NASDAQ on the Atos platform itself. This is quite a crazy, yeah, look at that. Big delta trades right there, which is pretty important for us. Let's just roll over to Bitcoin's chart. Here we go. So Bitcoin has got a ton load of unfinished auctions, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's back. It's actually, come on. Oh, no, it's not doing it. Wait there. Let me get this sorted out. No, no good. Let me bring this up for you because I want you to see this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, come on then. Still holding that range, guys. Just got to wait for that data to come in with Atos. That's a little bit of a problem because Bitcoin has got bags of data. Here we go. Starting to see Bitcoin rolling back down again. Looking on the book map itself, you can see $182,000 worth of short liquidations, but they've eaten all this liquidity. Now, all of a sudden, I'm not really seeing people sell from this zone. There are no orders coming in. Orders are starting to come in at the lows. 544 Bitcoin at this point right here. They're waiting for the press conference, ladies and gentlemen. TradingView not opening. Who's got problems with TradingView? Who has problems with TradingView? I'm good with TradingView. All right, look. Let me just quickly go over to other assets here. In my honest opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I genuinely believe that this is a setup. I'm always going to go with that, okay? You increase interest rates. You clearly got inflation. The jobs market's looking great. Why on earth is everything going up? Why on earth is everything going up? Which tells you that the federal funds rate itself and the statement don't mean anything. It's all about the press conference, okay? Vector candle, ladies and gentlemen, will that be the case? A red vector candle in the USDT chart. That means people have just picked up some Bitcoin and now they're going to try and realize a return on it and sell back into it. Let's see if that's the case. I hope it's not the case. And I hope that Bitcoin does continue to go up, ladies and gentlemen, and put that 8K business out of the window. Do I still think it'll go to 8K? Maybe. Okay, yeah, I do. There's my conviction. Done. But because 8K is closer to 20 than it is to 100. Another story. Another story for that. Ethereum, let's have a look at Ethereum. Oh, beautiful play by Ethereum right there, but still not gaining that much ground. It's too fast of a move. We've got imbalances in the chart. And even if they do move even higher tonight, Asia's going to pay the price. Asia's going to look to get the liquidity back, okay? Now, given that being said, that makes sense, bro. That does make sense. Gentleman says here, people are starving, Tina. That's why markets look good. They work multiple jobs per person. It's mental. I believe that. I believe that. Well, we will know on Friday if the data holds true, okay? We will know on Friday if the data holds true. Here you go. Let's check this out. Let me show you something. Atta's platform. Atta's platform, you get it free of charge. It doesn't cost anything to use. And let me just sort this out just to show you. This is what I talk. I use this platform and talk about certain plays with the market makers, the patrons of the channel. So here we go. What are we looking for with this? Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Bitcoin's taking a nosedive. Where is that? 20,710. How does that make sense? Nah. There has to be something wrong here. There has to be something wrong. How come it says on here 20,600 and over here it says 20,150? This is Binance Futures chart. What's going on? Why does that say 20,250? What's going on? What is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, is something wrong? How is that possible? No. What's going on? Guys, what is your price? I need to understand why that is that saying that. Why does Atta say that? Oh, all of a sudden it starts to populate. Got me all messed up there. Okay then. So what are we looking for with this, ladies and gentlemen? Similar to EXO charts. Some of you guys might be wondering. But what this is it just gives me the relationship between the bids and the asks. Okay? And I'm looking for these. You see here, this is where a lot of sales come in. And the battle between the bids and the asks was shown, if we look closely, that there were more bids than there were asks, okay? But price ended up higher. So that is a good sign right there. And we're looking at price right now, and you can see 20,650. And you have got Bitcoin still climbing up. I'm looking for them to come back into these unfinished auctions up here. Look, it's getting a lot of pressure. But look, huge imbalance right there. They're going to finalize this. This is a big problem. Back down. It's a problem if it keeps on expanding so aggressively like that. 20,700. Man, I need to keep an eye on this chart right here, man. This chart is showing me something different. Bitcoin blue vector candle in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. All right, keep an eye on this. Here we go. Look at how they come back down to recover these imbalances here. It needs to finalize that. Bitcoin ain't stopping, man. What is going on? The market can't hack it, and the press conference ain't even started yet, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Unfinished auction value area high to these zones. Bitcoin in the middle right there. We've got the order book right here. Not really showing sell side liquidity coming in. There's no imbalance in the order book at all. Oh, now we're getting it. Favoring limit buys. So now we're going to see price coming down. Ideally, we want to see it test the VWAP by the time the FOMC comes in. which will then tell us that traders who trade or institutional traders that roll with the VWAP will start picking up orders to buy once it breaches below. Okay, here we are. Look at that imbalance right there. If they don't come back to it now, they're going to eat it alive later on. Green vector candle, stopping volume. Green vector right there. It's very interesting what's going on. And this is all before the FOMC press conference. The press conference is literally going to be the deciding factor, ladies and gentlemen. Have they just set price up for a drop down? USDT, are they getting ready to come back up? Let's just split the chart a second, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. USDT to the left. Dixie, look at dollar dominance, man. I just don't trust it. 4 minutes time, we're going to see the start of a new 15-minute candle. That's going to be a problem for us. Bitcoin right there. Just look at the relationship right here. Could it be that they're preparing this bad boy to take a nosedive? 5-minute time frame. And this is what you want to do, guys. You want to just look at both charts. You got USDT here. You got Bitcoin right there. That goes down. This goes up kind of thing. But what you want to look for is you want to keep an eye on the dominance of the dollar because that's going to be the better measure overall. Okay? Now, look at this. Bitcoin's holding up. Dixie's holding in this zone. Okay? So what you're looking for is you're waiting for the dominance of the dollar to show its hand. Today, we had a conversation, guys. Pattern watchers, market makers, you know exactly what I'm talking about with the vector candles. Now, this is the dominance of the dollar, okay? Got to be mindful. Bitcoin can't go nowhere unless dollar keeps dropping. We've had our funds rate. We've had the FOMC statement, press conference. Powell could say something good. He could also say something bad. All right? That's going to be a problem. Have they set up price to go back up? Look at dollar dominance right now. Look at this trickery. Can you see it? Right there. And just monitor Bitcoin. Going into the order book itself. Let me just compress this across so you guys can see it. There we go. That should work. For all my guys on mobiles, here we are. Cool. Happy days. The volume profile in the order book is suggesting that we've got interest down below at the 20,400. Principally, if the order book does send price down lower, breach beyond the beyond the VWAP itself, we would then expect Bitcoin to bounce from this zone. That's what we would expect to happen. The longer it keeps on holding in this area, because it's now slowed down. We're waiting for FOMC to come out, which is not out just yet. NASDAQ futures have just pumped. I can see, yeah, NASDAQ futures have taken an absolute mad move to the upside, but they're starting to falter right now. It's FOMC press conference, guys. That's what we're waiting for right now. Just what I want you guys to look at on the smaller time frames. Bitcoin on the right over here and the dominance of the dollar over here. You're looking to try and see who's going to be moving first. But ultimately, Bitcoin is the last to move. Let's not deny that. NASDAQ was making a move. Euro was making a move. Dollar dominance is making the move. But you've got to just try and gauge. Right now, they have just got rid of net longs in dollar. Does that mean they've just added some more? Yeah? By the principle of USDT over here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. They've just picked up Bitcoin. Now they're going to want to sell into it again to bring it back up into the vector candle recovery, to see Bitcoin come back down and recover this zone and eat the daily open yet again. We've got an imbalance down here that needs to be realized. We can see on Atta's platform itself where we got, here we go. Look how they come back down into that liquidity. Yeah? Look how they come straight back into those zeros. All of those zeros got taken up, ladies and gentlemen. Can't really see much, but I want you to just pay attention. Here we go. Got these delta candles right here. Asks are dominating right here. 175 asks over 52. It's getting busier. It's all in line for FOMC, ladies and gentlemen. They have set up price for the reversal. Pancho, what is good? Tino, do you think... What's this? Tino, do you think that Powell is going to be hawkish in his speech? Look, ladies and gentlemen. The jobs market's caused the problem. Simple as. Too many people in work. That means there's going to be a lot more people to spend money. That means inflation can't be controlled. You see what I mean? It's like, let's just look at it like this. Go over to oil. Oil at $80, $90 a barrel. It's climbing up because traders are scared because they run to commodities. Now, if the press conference says what it's going to say, everything's going to take a nosedive and dollar's going to shoot back up. So if you are running longs, you better be cautious if the narrative changes during the actual press conference itself. Let's look at the VIX chart. Still at the 26. They started to climb away from it, but now it's gone down to the 26, and it looks like it's holding at that point. Got to be cautious in this area. Japanese yen, where are we going? Big spike by the yen. They can't allow that, man. They cannot allow the yen to go up. They don't want it to go up. But it's telling me that there are Chinese traders actually taking profits in the dollar right now to potentially send it back up again. Let's see. Let's see if that's the case. Can't do anything until the FOMC press conference finalizes. Look at the yields. They don't know where they're standing, ladies and gentlemen. 3.9, 4%. They don't even know. Why ain't Bitcoin following through? Why are they not running up? If it's good news, this is what you got to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen. If it's good news, why is not everything rolling with that narrative? It tells you they're waiting for something. They're waiting for the press conference, which only means that the press conference could come out with something that's going to shake the market. Will they agree that 50 base points is going to be enough in December? What will the data of the jobs reveal? Because they've only had one spout of data about the jobs, which pretty much dictates that the non-farm employment rate on Friday is going to come in favorable for the US, which means the Fed's going to have an even harder job at resolving the idea of inflation. They keep on increasing the interest rates. And remember, Goldman Sachs said it, 5% in March. So they're going to try their best to get close towards that point, but we don't know where the cap is. Economics says that they are likely to just leave it at the 5% just because Goldman Sachs says so. Could be different. You just don't know. We can apply economics theoretically, but practically is a different story. The Fed expected the labor market to be bad. It isn't. And we've got inflation. Like, what are we doing? So now you're blaming inflation. Oh, it's too stubborn. All right, cool. So let's just bin off your economic policies and your theories about what you say about the interest rates. Like, guys, it is a crazy place, which is why I say to you, we'll always revert to the charts. The charts will tell you exactly what's going on. Right now, market maker shows his hand here. Retail traders stepping in at this point. Where are my vectors? Where's the manipulation by Mr. Market Maker? He's letting retail buy in this zone right now. Bitcoin pumps above the 20K zone. Bitcoin psychological 20K. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. 20,500 has got people all committed and messed up. Here we go. High block itself. What are they saying? NASDAQ is taking a nosedive right now. It's actually moving lower. And we can see on BitMEX, they didn't even eat that liquidity right there. Let me just zoom in a second. Hold on. For my mobile users, here we are. Look at that, man. Look how they fractionally come up towards that liquidity. And in the process, what they did was, no, they didn't even take it, actually. Tell a lie. 400 million at 20,775. They ate that liquidity. 775, and they didn't even take that liquidity. Wait there. 775. So what did they tap? Nothing. They didn't even get liquidity. Nothing got really taken, ladies and gentlemen. Not much anyway. Oh, God, this stinks. This stinks, ladies and gentlemen. Press conference in 10 minutes. Press conference in 10 minutes. I'll tell you what we'll do. You know what it is. Give me your coins. Let's have a look at some coins. Let me just have a look at some of my coins. What have I got? Trias. What did I say to you about Trias, ladies and gentlemen? If it can hold on the retrace, the move back up, we'll see it go even further. Remember that. Who's making R&D? Wow. Nice play by Render Token. Look at that move. As I said to you yesterday, big moves in the vector candles, rip back down again. Be careful with altcoins. That's what I said to you. Vite. Still moving up, ladies and gentlemen. What a mad thing. Hold on, let me just check this out. Let's have a look at the good old fruit job. What's his name? Dogecoin. To all my Dogecoin guys, here we are. Nice, big, strong 13. Oh, my days. It's screaming, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? This is screaming, getting ready for that liquidity. There could be the potential for a huge structure that is happening right now. And I won't call it that. You can call it your head and shoulders, but we're talking about money coming in and out. So what have you got here? People coming into the Dogecoin right now, excited. It's going to pump. It comes back down, eats their liquidity. Now it's going to go up, buy the dip. Up it goes, hits the high one more time, gets them to believe that it can go higher again, retrace, move out, snap. It's all psychology. It's getting enough people committed inside of this area here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. Let's have a look at what you got. Okay, then. Atom. Let's have a look at Atom. Cosmos. Look at that sharp play right there. Don't like it. Too much of a sharp move. Whoops. Too much of a sharp play moving higher. Starting to stabilize, hitting all key points in the chart. Look, nicely trending lower and then snap out of zone. Like, how do you premeditate that? You don't. This is gambling, you know? Pure gambling. Wait till the news comes out, then you know where you stand. Next, coins. BNB. Happy days. All right, BNB's trading quite strongly. It's doing well. Holding out. Can't get above those zones right here. Got not many vector recoveries. Got a wick right here that they've come back into. Very choppy time for BNB itself, especially in this today's session. We're waiting for the press conference itself to actually finalize. We have got vector candles that we expect them to come back into. What else have we got? Let's have a look at Ethereum, the queen of all altcoins. Here we go. There we are, topping out the top side right there. Blue vector candle appearing at the highs. You know what that means. What have we got? CHZ. Let's have a look at CHZ. Chills. Nice sharp play. Guys, look. If you don't understand the way liquidity operates, okay, where as a market maker am I going to grab the most interest to offset my orders? I move price up. I've got loads of buyers that I can sell into. I move price down. I've got loads of sellers that I can buy from. That's all you're looking for in these charts, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else. Nothing about, oh, the utility of chills. That's cool. Let it operate for the next 5 years to understand its utility. Bitcoin, we know its utility, but now it's just become a money dumping ground. All right? Liquidity hacks, grabs, you name it. You know? Sad truth, but it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. For it to go up and down, you've got these liquidation points right here. Look, it's clear as day. They only care about the money while you guys worry about the utility of it. Nah, forget that. Forget it. What have we got here? Let's have a look at XRP. The XRP story. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go over to XRP and put a few words to my gang of XRP. Well, we'd understand to be the XRP army. Okay, then. Here we go. Give me your next coins, ladies and gentlemen. Matic. That should work. There we go. Matic making a lovely move. Great move above the 800 EMA. That works pretty well for me coming into the vector candle region. How long we got? We got 5 more minutes until the press conference itself. GMT. I like GMT. Here we go. Everything's doing the same move. Looks like a listing. That's all it looks like. Like I said to you, it's all on this press conference, and we will know exactly where we stand. Okay? What else you got for me? Vet. V-Chain. Here we go. Nice big play up coming up into these vector zones. Remember, when they hit liquidity in vector candles, that's where we expect them to retrace from because they've just flushed out the liquidity. They've just hit that zone where there were previous orders by Mr. Market Maker to get his longs filled at the highest possible point, lowest possible point to realize a return on them and hit the liquidation points for the retail trader who went short. Okay? Now, what time are we on? 5 minutes. We need to get ourselves prepared. Let's just have a look at waves for a second. Still doing the same thing. I need to understand NASDAQ holding out in this region as well. S&P doing well in that area as well. I know there's another. I need to look at totals chart, altcoins. Okay, so totals chart, altcoins. Vectors up at this point right here, which would pretty decent. How much money has just come into cryptocurrency? Okay, then. So we're just shy about $30 billion has just entered into the crypto market itself. They've come back into the vector candle recovery point at this zone right here. So we would naturally anticipate a little bit of a recovery by principle of the vector. Here we go. Bitcoin back in. Let's roll. Lunar C, actually. Yeah, let's just look at Lunar C. How long we got? 5 minutes. We got time. Why? Nothing. This little pump here. Terrible. It's got some zones of liquidity down here. We could expect it to come and eat. But nothing's happening there. Sand USDT. Qcoin. Don't want that. Here we go. Green vector there. Again, look, this here. This is what you want to look for. Let's put aside the idea of FOMC, all right? Whenever you see this sort of thing happening in altcoins, okay, it's a run for liquidity. They will rip it back down again. Now, look, given the fact that we do have FOMC, anything can happen. This move could still continue higher to come and eat the liquidity up here in Sydney. So just be mindful. But whenever you get altcoins that do this sort of play, everyone translates it as, oh, it could be a good news play. Nah, the guys that were involved with the know-abouts of the news were all the way over here and even lower down here, okay? So they're making their money on this move here. When you buy here, they're selling. That's what I say to you. When you open a trade, before you take a trade, ask yourself the question, are you sell liquidity or are you buy liquidity? In other words, are you going to be the guy that sells into retail, or are you going to be the guy that buys with the market maker or sells with the market maker? Do not be retail that goes short from here. Do not be retail that goes long from here, with the exception that Bitcoin could continue to move higher on this FOMC, but the narrative suggests, and when I say narrative, the bigger picture, okay? All I'm saying to you guys is, these sort of plays right here are not worth your time. I always encourage people to not trade during these times. Let the market finish with the news. And then literally, once the press conference is over, you'll see the market in a different light. You'll see price come back down and recover the vector candles. You'll see the markets continue with their intended purpose to move down or move up wherever we are in the cycles. Okay? Here we go. What have we got? Bull trap. A lot of people talking about a bull trap. Looks like a long squeeze. Get loads of people into the charts itself. I need to look at the book map itself. Here we go. So look, they haven't gone beyond the VWAP itself. They broke below it. They came back up above it. Remember what we said earlier on, okay? Now we're starting to see that the book is imbalanced to limit sales. 39%. This could be marking price higher for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. 953 Bitcoin at 21K. If they're going to eat the liquidity at 21K, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that means? That means there's going to be a lot of short liquidations, especially at 20,800. We've got $640 million worth of short liquidations. Got on the 7-day chart itself. Let's have a look at the update of that chart. Looks like it's a promise. Now look. Look at that. Shorts have closed. Shorts got scared. Look at that. That was bright yellow earlier on today. Some shorts got scared, ladies and gentlemen, and thought, oh, no chance. I'm not leaving my trades here. I ain't getting liquidated. Some people took their money, and then they added more longs. Wow. 5,101,000,000 and 24,900 liquidations of longs at 19,900. And price ain't too far away from that bad boy too, ladies and gentlemen. It's only there. Press conference is the only thing that could do it. So let's see if they do it. All right. How many of you in the room tonight? 2,777 of you. Mad love and respect, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. We have brought the fire today for you, I hope. I did a video earlier on, if you haven't watched it already, talking about Bitcoin going to 8K. Well, I'm going to just, before I go into that, I need to have a look at the poll that I put out earlier on. And that was, should I create an OnlyFans? Jokes aside, all right? We've got to be serious here, ladies and gentlemen. But 69% of you said yes, and 31% of you said no. The data is skewed, ladies and gentlemen. There's only 1,386 votes. There's 2,782 of you. I haven't got the full picture here yet, guys. For me to make a decision, I need to know. I need the data. Get in that poll and let me know what you think. Should I start? Nah, I ain't doing no OnlyFans. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to do it. No, I'd like to know. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see our imbalances here on the order book. Breaking slightly up. 120K's worth of short liquidations. Bitcoin running up. Here we go. Psychological high. Could be a promise. It's getting busy. Now the press conference begins, ladies and gentlemen. Let's roll. Here we go. Any slight comment could send the market in any direction. Here we go. Let me split the chart up for us. Oh, man, I've got to get used to doing that the other way. Here we go. Dixie, here we go. Bitcoin and Dixie. This is the battle. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Will the crypto enthusiasts have their day? Will they be king for a day? Or will dollar resume its trend? And will it take back the crown? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Jokes aside, this is important. The press conference is going to leak information. Anyone that is watching it right now, because I want to be taking an eye on price, put in the comments. Powell is speaking right now, and the markets are going to react to it. Here we go. Have they set up price for the press conference? Let's see. Is the narrative going to continue with dollar going down? Or is the narrative going to continue with it going back up? And this was just a quick profit-taking opportunity. By principle of the vector candle, we would hope that they will just continue back up and come back to it later on so we can make a bit of a killing and then worry about it afterwards. But if they come back down here, the principle says that they would eat the liquidity back in the green vector candle and the dominance of the dollar will shoot back up again. So let's see what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Powell, what have you got for us? Look for the charts. Don't look anywhere else. You might want to hear what he has to say, but you won't be able to register what he says and trade at the same time as such. Look at the charts. Here we go. Dixie holding that 110.22 zone. What's Bookmap saying? Coming back down again. Back into the VWAP. Look what Bitcoin's doing. Dixie isn't moving just yet. Keep an eye out. 11,000, 18,000. There's events of liquidations happening in longs right now. It'd be the perfect time for them to eat the liquidations. Up, then down, a quick Powell special. Here we go. Still holding. No reaction yet. He's not saying anything. Sufficiently restrictive. 2%. Anyone, is he saying any key words? I could bring it up right now, but I don't want to. That's just going to mess everything up here. I want you guys to focus on the charts itself. Look, Bitcoin is just choppy up and down. Dixie hasn't moved. That's a problem. VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. If you start breaking up words, that's on you. You know, that's on you guys. Dixie ain't moving. That tells me something. Whoops. Quickly, yen. What's yen doing? Yen's looking at it, wants to come back down. Yields. Yields are there. See if the yields actually decide to move. There's a bit of a pause. Yields moving down. That's okay. Job gains robust. That's true. Yes, this is true. Friday's news is important, okay? But we've already kind of got an idea of what Friday's news is going to be about. Look at the job creation today. It's done it. That's it. It's like we already know what to expect from it. Let's go over to NASDAQ. NASDAQ coming back down. S&P with Bitcoin's correlation to the S&P. NASDAQ will be moving much faster than S&P, so we need to keep an eye out on that. Blue candle is that the volume is starting to rise. There's two definitions to the blue candle, all right, depending on where it appears. If it appears at the highest point, it could mean that volume is starting to rise, but it can indicate that the pressure to move price higher is slowing down. Because look, green vectors, it means it's starting to push up. So they're getting aggressive to move price out of the zone. When you see a blue vector candle appearing at the highs, you then come to the understanding that things might be changing like you see right here. And then it rolls over. Okay. At the same token, it could also mean that it's starting to rise. At the lows, you can see it comes back up again and then eventually makes the move back up. That's how you read the blue vector candle. Here we go. Bitcoin is doing very well given that Jerome Powell's speech is still going and we're not really seeing violet vector candle on NASDAQ itself. I am looking at the 5-minute time frame, ladies and gentlemen, but this is how I trade. I look for the candle vectors on the smaller time frames because I can understand exactly what they're trying to do. This is a big imbalance in the chart. He's just said something. He's just said, Fed Powell has just said, labor market remains extremely constrained. Okay. US economy is slow from last year. Stagflation, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it was inflation came stronger than they thought. Okay. Retail is going to pay. That's the sad truth. But here we go. He's saying something. Look at that. Recovery. He said something. He said something. Here we go. Choppy. Speech is hawkish. Bearish. Is this the stop run? Wait a sec. Recent inflation data has been higher than expected once again. Dixie's going down. Is the market absorbing and moving forward? That's what we're looking for right now. Look, just keep an eye out. Wait till the speech is finished. Then the markets will roll out the narrative. Okay? NASDAQ coming back down. Bitcoin's doing well, but Bitcoin's last to move. If NASDAQ rips from here, they like to do that. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I hate. Why I always encourage you, don't trade the news, man. It can be a tricky day to trade the news, especially FOMC. What have we got here? Where is it? Dixie? Look at that. Going down. Bitcoin going down. There's the proof of the move. They set it up. Look at them. Tricky. Nasty. Paying the price, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that liquidity run. Look at that. Completely going down. Stop hunt rise. Vector candle recovery right there. Sad. Holding the VWAP though. Let's see if this is the truth. Let's see if this is the case. Hopefully it holds. Because if Bitcoin breaches that 20K zone, it's done. Slowing the pace of rate hikes will become necessary at some point. Oh, wow. They haven't said that they're going to do it yet. That implies that it's going to be something they do in the future. But they're not giving us numbers. They're not telling us, and the market is now reacting to that. And that would be vector candle recovery. So we are in the safe understanding that the news itself manipulated traders and it's just simply coming back into vectors. Now you can understand when I say to you, why is the vector on the 1 hour time frame no different to the vector on the 3-day chart or the daily time frame or the weekly or the monthly? The principle's right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. Now that they've recovered this is a good news. I mean, look, Bitcoin's taken the nosedive and coming back into that wick that we said that was a huge imbalance. No surprise. No surprise right there, ladies and gentlemen. No surprise. And that's the sad truth. How many people went long? Who got pumped? They paid the price. What did we say? Where's Mr. Market Maker? There was nothing to be seen. Now, what's quite interesting is that this candlestick hasn't turned red yet. Volume would suggest otherwise. Look, nothing's happening. Retail's stepping in here. Going into the smaller time frames itself, ladies and gentlemen, we've got big vector zones here. Look at that. This could only be setting up price to come back later. Okay? But for the time being, NASDAQ is taking a nosedive. And an imbalance that we need to see happening looks like it's on the cards. 20,000 is the only point in the chart, ladies and gentlemen, where Mr. Market Maker is going to go back and eat these traders alive. Look. 19,900. Has the marketplace now fully absorbed what the situation is, economically speaking, or macroeconomically speaking? Look at that. Trade the news, they said. Look at this BS. Why do you want to be involved in that? Let them do that. And then, once the news is finalized, you'll be able to exploit the vectors afterwards. Sad. It really is. Over 5% end of year. Goldman Sachs talking about 5% in March. Look, until they come out with the idea that there is any understanding that they could be slowing things down, Friday's jobs data might actually dictate that. But we kind of already know that the jobs data itself is going to be favorable for the jobs market. You know, if unemployment claims come in lower yet again, it's going to be a bit of a story. S&P dumping right now. Yeah, wait for Bitcoin to lot. Bitcoin will do the move. Nasdaq's taking the nosedive. There's the retrace back down again. Coming into the vector candle recovery. Rip back into the zone. Look at them eating that green vector candle zone. We spoke about this yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. We spoke about it. We said, look, these are points of interest in the chart that they can come back into for FOMC. 10-year yields coming back up again. 5-year making that move as well. The VIX sharply coming up. Yen coming back down again, going back into the dominance of the dollar. There she goes. Vector recovery. Tap that zone right there. Now, the next candle in the next 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, could be the initiation for the recovery back up. Let's hope that's not the case, guys, because if that is the case, then Bitcoin doesn't stand a chance and the green vector candle will be recovered and we'll only be going back into these zones. And what's funny is this. If they move Bitcoin now into this zone over here, then Friday's data is going to be even worse. And that would only imply that we'd be coming back to test inside of these zones right here. So, ongoing rate increases and higher than anticipated. Wow. That pretty much sums up what I said earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, why the ideal and story that the tech market itself or the NASDAQ is going to struggle. High value-based tech stocks are going to struggle because it's all about cash flow, okay? And the cost of doing business. If now that is increasing, it's going to be a problem for them in the future because they know that the cost of business has got to be absorbed. So that means they have to sell more to absorb that. It's all a different game, isn't it? What's Bitcoin doing again? Oh, God, back up again. An absolute nightmare. Don't trade the news. I said it to you. Don't trade the news. Wait for 17 minutes to pass with the close of the green vector candle. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed the moment of madness that you've just seen in the charts. Bitcoin is going to be bouncing up and down, all right? Now, Jerome Powell has said everything that he's needed to say. There's nothing more to it. Now we're waiting for Asia's reaction. So listen, if you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Mad love and respect for passing through. And if you are new to the channel, check out the Patreon so you can understand the hybrid system from a more deeper perspective. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be checking in with you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, gang. Peace.